Shabbat Shalom. Our Torah portion this week, and frankly the next several portions, are baffling for modern Jews, particularly the non-Orthodox ones. In the early days of the Reform movement, parts of Leviticus were removed from the practice of weekly reading, favoring other more narrative and clearly ethics-based segments of Torah. But for those growing up in a more traditional Jewish world, this portion and this book is the very one that begins a small child's study of Torah. Now, these days, we don't tend to cut out the parts we might not like or resonate with, but it is still perhaps strange to start here in the story. Usually, in modern progressive synagogues, we might tell the story of Adam and Eve, that we all came from one source and we're all equal, or that we are all made in the image of God, or the story of Abraham and Sarah and the sacred legacy of hospitality to the stranger, or connection to the land of Israel. These narrative beginnings offer any number of wonderful lessons that we might want to teach to our children at a very young age. And so it seems perfectly appropriate that we would start there. So why is it that traditional Judaism starts with these seemingly esoteric Levitical rites and the sacrifices that we no longer perform or even hope to perform? There are some answers that you might expect. In Midrash Rabbah, Rav Asi says that this is because young children are pure and the korbanot or sacrifices are pure. So he says, let the pure come and engage in the study of the pure. Now, AI tells us that after the destruction of our temple, our rabbis declared that children should always learn the book of Vayikra first, so they are well versed in the details relating to the sacrifices that they might need to use someday, that they should grow to love the sacrificial rite, and so that the importance of it should never be lost from our people. That one I'm going to put on the back burner. But there are also some other pretty good reasons. Vayikra is known as Torat Kohanim, the Torah of the priests, and it focuses on the concept of Bnei Yisrael, children of Israel, as a kingdom of priests and a holy nation, Mamlechet Kohanim Vegoy Kadosh. Another argument is that it deals with the fundamental principles of serving God, avodah, through sacrifice, which, along with Torah and acts of kindness, gemilut chasadim, are seen as pillars of Judaism. In fact, our B'nai Mitzvah program at Temple Judea is centered around these three values. Some also point out that the final letter in the word Vayikra is a tiny aleph. You can hear more about this in my social media post, symbolizing the smallness of children, and they should start there. In addition, the sacrifices in Vayikra are seen as a way to teach children about the importance of making sacrifices for their faith and for their values. I like this last one a lot because I think one of the most difficult things for a small child to do is to practice self-control, impulse control, and so much of this book actually deals with exactly that topic. But I think that there's another reason altogether, and it has to do with the word korbanot itself. Korbanot are sacrifices, but at the root of that Hebrew word is the word karov, which means close. To offer a sacrifice was the ancient way of trying to get close to God and to our people. Maybe we start here to remember that there are deeper things in life than what we see. Maybe it's to remember that not only do we seek closeness with God, but God wants to be close to us. Knowing that we're a part of that sacred relationship can be a tremendous source of gratitude and security in a possibly scary world. I'm wishing you a wonderful Shabbat Shalom.